Namaste. I feel like sharing my best wishes to all of you for your journey towards the truth, towards the home that we are. All the very best to you, that you always uh, be guided, no, by that home, by that being, by that source, where we are reaching slowly, coming to slowly. All my best wishes to you, all the seekers. The real joy or the magic of life I found is when we are at what we know as God's speed. That is where the real magic happens. And somehow internally the states of energy and things like this, they create resistance. They make the form very heavy, and 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 we lag behind and not able to walk at that speed somehow. But that real magic happens, like real magic in the sense that we are able to fully enjoy the duality, you can say, or time, we can say. What is time? Essentially is change, which can be divided into three events. One is the something born, something lives, and something dies. Dies means kind of the form disintegrates itself in a way, or goes out of time in a way. No? And we are able to enjoy all these three events fully when we are in sync, when we are at God's speed in a way, when we are in sync with the existential flow. So this is my best wish to all of you, that you remain in sync with the existential flow, so you get the maximum from this life, in terms of living and in terms of knowing also who we are. So this is my best, my I feel love for you all. Mila, you want to talk?
Thank you very, very much for such a beautiful blessing and how to say note for our journey. Thank you very, very much. I would like to clarify this note and would like to invite you to share how to be with this existential flow, how to be exactly at the same speed as existential flow. Can you please
I will try
share?
my best to share, because this is a very big question and it requires a very big answer really. So, but I will try my best to, mm, make a summary of it and try to share in short. For that, we should understand that who we really are and who we take ourselves to be. There's a big difference between these two. Meaning our understanding of who we are and who we really are has a big gap, big distance between these two knowledge, these two realities. No? And because of that, because what we think we are or who we think we are is not true, entirely true, and in sync with who we really are. Accordingly, from this false state of being does not have false states. Being means always, being means true. Being is truth always. So we cannot be in false states. But we, when not having true knowledge of who we are, no? When our knowledge of who we are is not in sync with what we truly are, that knowledge called mind also is responsible for everything that we live, do in our life, all the actions, all the responses, reactions. No? So from here, resistance is something that happens. Resistance has two, uh, two things to be understood in the resistance, I feel. One is the necessary, essential resistance for living as an individual. No, it is essential, like it is necessary. Like a child, when does not have resistance for fire, will burn his or her hand. Or when it doesn't have resistance for the height, it just falls from it and may die even. No? The elder people, they teach that, hey, stay away from it. Otherwise, it will learn in a bad way, like in a hard way. No? So that is a good resistance, like essential resistance, basically. No? But there is also a resistance which actually is harming us. No? Which is not letting us live. The opportunity comes, like we were thirsty, we were dry, we were dull, we were kind of dead in a way inside, and we were praying that, oh, source of life, help me. And rain came. But we felt resistance for coming out of our window, even out of our house. No? Like rain came to our house. No? And we thought, we just felt, I don't want to. Like there was so much resistance that we could not open the door even. No? So this is not a good resistance also, isn't it? So this not good resistance is what we have to focus on. Like in Hindi, we have two words for the essential mind, you can say, from the core mind. One is sadbuddhi, another is kubuddhi. Sadbuddhi means like that mind or wisdom inside us, which helps us in being more happy, more in sync with the presence of God and with the existential flow. No? Kubuddhi means like that which works against us. So if we can be alert about the thoughts and feelings based on which we decide what to do and not to do, when to resist or when not to resist, if we can refine that, if we can have more clarity here, that what is helping me and what thoughts are not helping me, what feelings are helping me and what feelings are not helping me, that can be a very neutral, I would say almost like a scientific way within the spiritual, possibilities to come in sync with the existential flow. Because we don't know when rain will happen. But we know where I am, where is the door, where is my house, and whether it is locked or not. We can practice few times opening the door before the rain comes. So that when the rain comes, we are very quickly able to open the door and rush. So even when the rain has not come yet, even when we don't know that what is the flow of existence, we know where we are. We know that we are functioning, flowing. No? So being conscious of ourselves, our existence first of all, then being conscious of our actions also. Not the fundament, not the outer actions, but the root of actions. Like, like based on what we decide things, especially focusing on the resistance. To filter out, to divide it into necessary and essential and non-essential. When we are living as an individual, it is the support and the will of the source that we should live as an individual. So it supports our essential resistance for its own flow also. It's like the ocean supports the wave to be separate from it. It's like this. But not the non-essential one. The existential flow is not supporting the non-essential resistance. Here, Mila, we can also understand the sense of suffering, sense of pain, or sense of disturbance that is felt in life. It is when the existential flow does not support our resistance. Like it kind of brutally thrashes that, crushes that, or just removes it away in a way. No? That we feel hurt or beaten or defeated. No? Also. So that's why suffering is also found to be one most fundamental key checkpoint also. When we suffer, then also we can say we are not in sync with the existential flow. Because existential flow is not saying that everybody should become oneness immediately. It is saying we should become what we are right now, what we are supposed to be right now. Even if I am a male, let me be a male. If you are a female, let yourself be a female. You follow what I'm saying? So it's a magic that we are talking about right now. But it will be very heavily misunderstood. I know that. That's why I try to avoid, talking about these things. One of the most simple way, by the way, where we have much less possibility of confusion is try to connect to the truth of who you are. I am. Not thinking, not trying to look at anything or look for anything, just feeling your existence. It's not going to remove our non-essential resistance for the flow of life or existence. It is just going to make us aware that this resistance was not necessary. And that is how it will fall away. Like staying as I am is the most fundamental way of being aware of what we need to be aware of or what we are not. Being aware of what we are not is another way of reaching to I am also. So they are not separate things in a way, but this is one of the most fundamental ways to be aware. To be aware means to be aware in both the directions at the same time. Aware of what we are not and aware of what we are. I am is that state where we are aware of what we are not and also we are aware of what we are. No? So this is something I could say a little bit. Please tell me now that are you able to connect to this or not? Because as I said, it's a very difficult question and difficult to answer.
Yes, Jay, thank you. I feel during the explanation I was following you and I was very clear. What do you mean by existential flow? And it is very nice topic that stay as I am. I also, how to say, like this statement. And I like this practicing. And I feel maybe if we can start fresh, like start from the 0 point of stay of I am and explore it now, would be very nice.
Meaning you want to explore now, right now?
Yes, like stay as I am. What is this?
Yes.
Let's start from the 0.
Yes. So let us stay as ourselves, and for that we have given a name, I am. No? Then, first of all, Mila, here we are going to face a challenge that we will not be able to stay as I am. Let us focus on this part first. Meaning, let us be aware why I am not able to stay as myself. And let me share a little bit so that it becomes clear that what it means to stay as I am, as myself also. So that we have a clear comparison. Staying as I am basically means staying aware that I am, that I exist. And not doing anything else right now. Meaning not busy, not involved with thoughts, feelings, or activity or actions, because life is not giving us any job to do right now anyway. No? Or we can very safely ignore all of the activities which are happening around us right now when we have decided to be in meditation, in dhyana and satsang. No? So just remaining as who we are, what we remain, as what we remain, but essentially remaining aware of the fact or the truth that I exist. I exist without effort. So remaining aware of the truth that I am existing right now without effort. Like living this truth that I am existing without effort is what is staying as I am. No? Living this truth means living this truth right now, not through thinking about it. Meaning the one who exists, you, the one who exists, is living the truth that I exist. Is same as staying aware that I am. No? Who can be aware that I am? The one who exists only can be aware that I am. Meaning, or can be truly aware that I am. When it is not using any mind faculty. No? So right now, not using any mind faculty, just staying as I am. Do I have to think about I am? No, I don't have to think about I am. Because thinking is kind of going to take me out of myself. Without thinking, I'm able to so naturally feel my existence. And I'm aware that I am. So, this is what is staying as ourself, staying as I am. And we will feel challenge here in staying as this I am. We will feel challenge in the sense that we have been living in a certain state of engagement. What we call our false state or our not true state is basically a state of engagement, like a habit of engagement. And we will be challenged by that habit right now. That habit will try to kind of give value to everything else and not to this. No? So be aware of the habit. That habit is in place. Meaning, let us allow ourselves to accept that I have been living in a habit of focusing on everything that happens inside me and not focusing on myself who exists. This right now, this is the time when I am focusing on myself and not focusing or not giving value to anything else. This is going to help us in transcending that habit. So the challenge that we are going to face here in staying as I am will be covered in this way. By being aware that yes, I will be challenged. So allow me to notice that how I am being challenged and allow me to transcend that challenge. Let me choose to be in favor of myself and to stay in touch with my own being. Let me continue living the truth that I am. Living the truth of our own self, our own existence is very simple in the sense of experience. The experience is very simple. It's very pure, very undivided. And yet it is the deepest truth of anything that we are experiencing right now. Because of our habit of living in the engagement with the mind, thought, feeling, thinking, and life through that, we may feel that it is not giving me anything, even if it is most beautiful. No, it is giving us that which nothing else can give us. It is giving us our true self back. It is giving us our true wisdom back also. We are gaining our true self here. We are gaining our true wisdom also here. True wisdom means what? True wisdom means through that we can see everything as it is. The good, the bad, the harmful, the useful. No? And only when our wisdom is awake like this here, we see the harmful as the harmful, useful as the useful, and we choose the useful and we avoid the harmful. That our life will become beautiful, joyful, fulfilled, a fulfilled life, no? Like this. So this is most beautiful where we are right now. This is most powerful thing where we are right now. But it looks very simple. Like what is the point? Like, okay, fine. For 1 second I stayed, I am. Why should I continue now? Why should I not go back? I'm not saying you should not go back when you want to later on. But right now we have chosen not to go back, meaning not to be engaged with anything. Then, if you are not able to stay here, is it not a time to be aware that as if we are caught up in some habit, and being aware of that habit will make us free from it. So what is challenging us? What is challenging us? That what is challenging us not only contains, so what is challenging us in staying as ourself? What is challenging us in living our own existence right now? Let us give value to this, what is challenging us. Not give value in the sense of respect to it, but in the sense of being conscious of it. Because this is a eye opener here. What is challenging us? What is not letting us stay live our own truth and stay as ourselves? That not only contains the habit of engagement, but that also contains the habit of being the false self, remaining as the false self, remaining in the false self state. So that what is challenging us right now is it is the habit of remaining in the false self state is challenging us right now. It is not letting us stay in our true state right now. Be aware of it. Do not fight with it at all. Because there is no fight needed here. Be aware, don't fight with it. So if at all a action is needed, that action is being aware of it. And by being aware of that which is challenging us or not letting us stay as I am, we are finishing the ego or we are finishing the false self. There will be less and less false self left inside us. There will be less and less ego left inside us. Ego in this case is the power of ego, power of remaining in the false self state. Power, strength of the habit. So that the strength of the habit is reducing here by being aware that there is a habit. I feel that this is good for now in this. But if Mila, you feel that you would like to explore more than this, you can talk.
Gee, it is very, very beautiful, and it was very, very clear how I was, how to say, merged in this existence, and this existence becoming so allowed, presented here. And then I was able so clear to see everything else as it is, and as you were sharing. And it is very interesting topic of that presented ego, which is caught up to me in this.
Say a little more.
That this habit to function as the individual self and to be caught up in everyday activities and to not flow with this existential flow.
I feel like this, that the existential flow, which is actually the true flow of life, beyond our understanding about it, beyond our experience about it, and beyond our resistance to it also. No? So this existential flow is the true flow of life. But when living as individual self for a long time, and we have not lived our true self, true state, for a long time during this time, as if a false self is created, and that false self is never anywhere else. It is, we are that false self, because we are not living our truth. And that false self has the threads, that false self which is a state, which is a habit of living in that not remembering ourself, not living our true self state, that has the threads with the practical life, with our life, relations and everything. So now trying to live as ourselves. That state will pull us. Because we are the same one self who does live as in the true self state and who does live in the false self state. The living as an individual is not a problem. Doing the individual life activity is not a problem. Not living our truth is what has caused the birth or you can say the existence of the false self. False self does not exist anywhere, and yet it is the most powerful thing in this world, in a way. So false self has become the most powerful thing in our existence because we are not able to remember and live our existence. As soon as we are able to start living our existence and remember our truth, the false self which was there is less and less there now. When we are continuously able to live our existence while living the practical life also, that false self is not there at all. Now what is here? That is existential flow. And who are you? You are, your existence is actually one with the existence of our source. And your flow of life, your flow of activities is in sync with the flow of life or existence also. I think it is more clear now. What do you feel?
Yes, now it clicks totally. Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you. Very, very good. Very beautiful exploration. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, the guiding was also very beautiful, I feel. No? Yeah, please. Anybody else can talk also. Anna, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Can you hear me like this?
I can.
Yes. To not move from this same topic, I have to mention, though, the last satsang where you said about it was like an example of not wanting to meet some people that would sit on your at your table, and then you said if you're clear that you don't want these people to ever sit at your table again, then they will not. So this stayed with me this week, and I was just observing how insecure and unclear I am about so many things, like just life things, like just whatever, who you want to sit at your table, to apple or pear, or and in a way it seemed even like going backwards from the nice state I am, from what you were just talking about with Mila. It was I could see a lot of insecurity, and this insecurity is also when I'm how can I explain it? When I'm in my best place, this insecurity is also there because I don't really care. I don't care. So in order to live life, I have to make some decisions. And I don't know if you can maybe say more about like replacing this insecurity with clarity in live examples of, like, we have to go shop and I don't know, cook.
Yes, understand.
Yes.
I would like to bring here a very simple basic thing that we need to be a stable being, being. A seeker of truth need to be a stable being in order to actually continue growing spiritually. We know that already. Like the more stable being, stable means the same being who was doing this sadhana, who has been doing this sadhana. Meaning, just for reference, that I find you a stable being. That's why you have been growing continuously. Meaning, the work you have done before, the work you are doing now, kind of comes together nicely in a result. It results into something which you get out of it, and it adds something in your being, and some clarity happens, like this. So it is essential for us to be a stable being in order to actually spiritually grow. But there comes a time, like where you are right now, where to grow more than where you are now, or to be clear more, like to achieve more clarity, you need more stability now. Like the insecurity that is felt inside, when you want to replace it with the clarity, you need more stability than you have right now. Because the present stability is shaken or taken away by the insecurities. Because insecurity is not just a thought, it has a feeling also to it. It has sort of a actually energetic pull to it also. So to go beyond this range of the feeling power of this insecurity, I would say this living as this I am is the way to achieve more stability now. Because more stability basically is unaffectedness. More stability basically is unaffectedness. but not unaffected already when we are into the sense of insecurity. No, independently, like not touching the insecurity right now, just leaving it there, okay. No, it is still insecurity, not clarity, not replaced with clarity yet, but just withdrawing ourselves as a whole from this and from everything else into our existence. And this is going to give us a more stability basically in general. Like a centeredness in the being, like a more centered being in a way. And that centered being, that centeredness in the being, now when you will come out, will kind of remain with you. It will live in you. Then you will meet the insecurity, which is actually a fact, meaning it is like a voice saying something, like a thought trying to show something, say something, and also like a feeling trying to affect, like a taste. So that taste part will not affect you here afterward, because you have taken a bath in your own existence. When you come out, for some time, you remain unaffected from anything that happens, energetically. Now it will be just a thought, just voices. And you will be able to actually see what they are saying. Maybe it is true. Maybe there is something useful about it. And you will do what is necessary. Or you will see, no, it is not useful. And you will just ignore it. But now you will not be emotional about it at all. You will be simply flat and neutral. You will see it as a fact only now. That let me see what is the fact of it. Because insecurity basically could be connected to a actually important fact of life, which is connected to our existence in the body, for example. Like there are some landslides and things like this have happened in India recently, and it's a really uh, sad matter. Many people have died also. But if somebody feel like, oh, I want to go there, let me go there. People are going. Some people are also going there, like to check or to make video or something. And a sense of insecurity may come there. No? That, oh my God, I may die really because it's an insecure place, and it will be a fact actually. No? It will not be just, oh, it's something bad. No, it's an indication. Like our body mind is trying to tell us something. Run away from here. Don't stay here. No, it's trying to say to us something, and when we hear, we will follow it. So not that all what we call insecurity is going to be something bad. Insecurity essentially could be just a message coming from in the mind for something important to be done, to be attended, maybe. But it could be entirely false also. But at the moment when we are troubled by insecurity, there is a lot of garbage here. Garbage means the garbage energy, the old emotionality here. To kind of remove that emotionality from the fact is not an easy job. But to remove ourselves from the whole thing into our truth is much easier. And then from here, when we meet this again, all that which is non-essential will just simply fall away. Because we are not interested in it. This small thing that we are not interested in it is the magic. It's a magic statement. I think it is clear to some degree.
Yes, because it feels like being a child, and then when you look at grown-ups, everybody's so sure and so magnificent in what they are doing and deciding and saying. And if I'm completely honest, the only honest thing I can say is I don't know. like I am insecure and I don't know. And it's a very weird place to be.
There was a very beautiful song. We all, I think, in India we have heard this song. Beautiful, ghazal or something, which essentially is saying that in some deep corner of my heart lives a young child, a small child, and who is afraid of being grown up by seeing the word of these grown-ups. मेरे दिल के किसी कोने में छोटा सा एक बच्चा बड़ों की इस दुनिया को देखकर बड़ा होने से डरता है. Like by seeing this word of the grown-ups, it is afraid of being grown up. Like this. You are saying something little different, but I can understand what you are saying. You are saying that I don't want to grow out the way things are here. Like your being is saying like this. Maybe your mind, at the mind level, you are not clear yet, but your being is not interested in being grown up the way people are growing up. Your being is saying, don't grow out, grow in. This is what your being is saying. And I can tell you that if you will grow in the existence, in your own existence, you will not disappear really anywhere, because you have not appeared by your own will. You will stay as long as it is the will of the source. But you will become strong now. You will have real strength now, and clarity also. Clarity in the sense that one of the biggest surprises we get when we start waking up is that when you really open your eyes, you look around that, oh my God, nobody knows anything. They all are just pretending continuously and appearing to be magnificent. Like very deep training, continuous training, day and night, they are doing to pretend to be so solid. I don't remember the movie name, but there was a movie in which American president, plane crash happens and goes into like in a forest, like it was some Nordic country forest in which a child was living. Like he was given this job by the family to live in the forest for some time, and he has to hunt bear and things like this. Then some so the president lives with this child, like child means like 12, 14 year or something, 14 or 15 year. And this child is teaching the president that like how to survive in this forest and so on. The this child said that you appear to be so solid like this, when I have watched your video, your lectures and like this. He said, yeah, like sometime, I'm so afraid that almost I pee in my pants, and then suddenly a meeting came and I have to be like, then I just pretend to be solid. Then some sound comes from the background, and the president, what is that sound? He said, the child said that this is a bear, not these are a pack of wolves coming, and this time don't try to be to be brave, run, don't pretend now. It was a very beautiful scene for me to to understand this what you are saying. So there are times when being pretending like a solid person will be very useful. But as you are becoming more self-conscious, the consciousness as a whole is growing in you. It is giving you trouble. That I am pretending, but I am not solid. You can be solid because you are solid, but not as a person. Nobody is solid as a person. Everybody is a weak as a person because that is pretension. Acting as a person temporarily for the time being in the day is not a problem. Remaining as a person all the time is what is causing a weakness inside us. Our actions, our activity is not causing weakness in the soul. not living our truth is causing that. Like doing everything in the practical life, but returning home continuously again and again into this truth that I am. So I know it's a big thing to cross. Like you are going to cross the complete false into complete truth. No? I know it's a big thing. It's an eye-opener really. That's why we call it awakening. But there is no harm in growing spiritually slowly also. No? So staying as ourselves, living our existence and facing this insecurity is a very beautiful way of truly growing spiritually. No? Anyway. Basically, all the persons have a sense of inferiority inside, no? And that mostly is colored and covered by sense of superiority, for which even we do so many things in life, trying to attain this and that, so that we can actually make ourselves believe that I'm superior, no? So that I don't feel the pain of being inferior, no? Which is living inside us. No? But essentially, everyone except those who have started discovering themselves, is living in this inferiority. It is not essentially connected to being inferior than any other person, really. It is not. It is mainly connected to not living our truth. It is a sense of lack manifested in the personal mind as inferiority. You know, like it is wrongly understood, I feel. It is just not living the strength of our own being manifested as sense of inferiority, and then trying to. But as we start living our truth of who we are, then we don't feel inferior, not in the way that we feel superior now. No, we don't feel inferior and we don't feel superior also. I am actually, and you are also. No. I am very happily sitting on my chair here, and I'm finding you sitting on that chair also. And in this moment, as long as you don't disturb my cup of tea, no, I'm fine with you, no, with your presence here. No? I'm just joking, but you understand what I mean. So we are not crossing each other's roads so much when we are living as a person, as much as we think. We are much more disturbed by our present state in which we are. Once we fix that, we are so joyful that even when other people are crossing our roads and making us disturbed or something, we ignore many times and we are like, fine, it's okay. Because I'm so joyful already. Like I already have such a real joy, then I can ignore these kind of superficial level of disturbances. Because that joy is much deeper than the disturbance, than the level where disturbance is happening. When some person is disturbing me or anyone. No? Thank you. It's beautiful, beautiful. I like real exploration like this. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste, Rajee. My question is about mirroring. It's often you have also said in the past about mirroring, like the consciousness is only mirroring. And I'm asking this question because this morning, as I woke up, I could feel this, like still getting up, I could sense things around, the sounds of the bird, the sounds of the blowing train, and the road sound, and I could only see them appear and disappear. There was no association. And like everything, even a thought would disappear, like the standard morning thought. Or so I could feel this. I felt that it felt as if, things are appearing in front of something and disappearing. And it felt more like a mirror. This was the first time I felt that this is the mirroring maybe that is spoken of in consciousness. I'm not sure if this is the right understanding of about what it is said for mirroring.
I will be happy to share something about it, but I just wonder that what is the use of it for you in the direction of knowing who you are? Is it something useful?
It has helped me to come to a place of stillness many times. This understanding that everything is coming in front and just going, and I am this. So many a times that's how I am able to come back to quietness, in the mornings at least. I felt like if that is something which will be helpful for me, and if we can, then we can explore if that's the right direction. Otherwise,
I feel the right direction is always the direction into who we are. There's only one right direction, and then all other activities can be supporting activity for that. Like this also could be a supporting activity, like it's your way to remember that I am. No, so this specific way, if helping you, is useful for you. If not helping you, then it is not useful for you. But the main activity here is to remember that I am stable. No, isn't it? So, in general, it is fine if it is used like this, but also there is a way to be more direct than dependent on a particular experience also, which is what we are trying to live also more and more in every meeting. That can we be more direct in recognizing and living ourselves than depending on the experience, any experience at any point of time. Because even to remember that, okay, this is mirroring right now happening, which is reminding me that I am, even for that we need to exist. But that time we are not giving value to our existence, we are giving value to the memory or to the mind where we live, or where we actually grow also spiritually for quite some time, until we get out of it completely into our existence. So we have a possibility of that time remembering directly who we are, or remembering or living our existence, that I am, even without going in the detailing of this experience or knowing of what is mirroring, no, for example. So this is one thing. When I say about anything, it is my experience and my knowing, no? And when necessary, for some, for the purpose of discovering who we are, I will explain again and again, if necessary. So, I feel this much is fine for now, but if you feel that still explaining what anything else, then I can say more.
So the way I hear it, Rajee, is that it is this is more of an experience that I have, which I use as a support. That's how I hear it, to feel my existence. And
I feel it's a very important question that we should explore right now. Every one of us also. You're invited. You're welcome to join. That what is the experience and what is the living of ourselves, and what is the difference between experience and of anything and experience of ourselves, our own being, I am. And what is the difference between experience of ourselves also even and living of ourselves also? So we should try to be more clear about this, I feel. Do you feel that it will help? There are three very clear components that have been described for the self, for the true state of the self. They are Sat, Chit, Anand. They can be understood more simply right now again. Sat means truth, Chit is consciousness, Anand is bliss. When we are in our true state, meaning when we are truly living in the sense of in the existence, I am, that time we are conscious that I am. The experience is blissful, and without any evidence from outside, we feel clearly that it is truth. Where I am right now, it is true. Like it is true that I am. Without taking any support from mind, from the past journey or spiritual growth. Independent of our spiritual growth, we feel that it is true that I exist. And we are conscious that I exist, and we are blissful. Sat Chit Anand is here. So this is a very simple way to check whether we are living our existence right now or not. Even for 1 second. There are very high possibility that we will live just for 1 second and we'll just drift away. But still, our experience of that time, 1 second maybe or few seconds, will be that, oh yeah, that's true. I was so joyful, blissful, conscious without effort that I am. And I had no doubt that it is not true. Like that doubt was absent, the mind was absent from here. So basically, this is what actually is living the truth of who we are, I am. Everything else is in one way or the other a experience. How far it is, how close it is the difference. So this is this is what is living as I am. So is this better clear now? So now in comparison to this, it is not difficult to figure out that what was that or what is that when that happens. Because the same challenge I faced when I used to help people, some beings, in self-inquiry. That they used to feel that it's a challenging thing, like it's not working. Because whenever it works, it's very joyful. Even one of the beings said to me that can you make it work for me? Like on the phone I used to. So that I said, why? Why don't you work hard on it? No. He said, no, because after that it feels very joyful, like for quite some time. Like for one day or few days, I'm so joyful after that. I said, this is not the purpose of self-inquiry. The purpose of self-inquiry is to discover the self, not to feel joyful for the time being. No? But even when we temporarily succeed, it works like this. But the challenge was the same, that the question is very simple, who I am. So I would help them, who are you? They will say, I'm the self. Why it is like this, that it is not working? Because we are living in the state of mind, and that has picked up, that has already taken it over. It is not fresh anymore. That's why. So that is the similar thing happens in the direction in relation of experiencing of I am. The experiences of I am go in the mind, and they are kind of taken over by our mind state. It is not fresh anymore. Try to keep it fresh. That's what I'm saying. Don't connect it to experiences. Let's not connect to experiences. Meaning it is all right for the experiences to be there. There is no need to suppress them or become blind for them. It's just about being alert, that independent of whatever I am experiencing, including experiencing I am not that I am which is being experienced. I am that I am which is experiencing it. Because let us try to understand the joy that we experience looks like there is a joy of I am which I should hold on to. But that is actually happening in the field of mind or individual consciousness, because we are in touch with the truth that we are. And as soon as we get unhooked from that touch, that experience of I am, the joy disappears. And we search for it, where it is gone. Do you see what I'm saying? So those who are wise, they hold on to the truth of I am, and they don't give value to any experience in comparison for that. That's how they continue experiencing joy, bliss in their being. Like in the consciousness, it's a very interesting topic also, that in our individual consciousness, the body, mind, energy, the conditioning, the state, the functioning, the patterns and everything, they are producing different experiences. And sometime, and I feel many times actually, as a person, it is mostly going to be a struggle, experience of a struggle. Like struggling with life, not flowing with life, not enjoying life, but more struggling. Like a not nice experience, no? And even that consciousness can be filled with the bliss of our own being when we live our truth. That so much so that even that continuous struggle being produced by our patterns kind of doesn't look like they are so much. Like it's become so light, so simple. Like yeah, it's fine. You know, like the experience of bliss is so strong. Like one statement sometime came long time back, that I felt like this one day, that long time back, that the silence of the being is so loud right now that I'm not able to hear the noise of the mind. Noise being that sense of disturbance. Like the joy of being is so strong that I'm not able to feel the disturbance which is being produced continuously in the system. Like a challenge, like a failed fast, I could not do this, could not do that. All the things. I think we are clear, or please ask if not clear.
Mm. Um, what I feel is, you mentioned about that even the struggle gets filled with this bliss of I am. And I heard that line, and I feel that's maybe I can call it, that's the desire of the heart, that um, um, to be flooded with that bliss, like living as the body mind all the time, um, in the flowing into the patterns of life. Even if those glimpses of I am happen, and by practice or by method, but it doesn't come to that point of, very rarely, to the point of being filled. And most times it's like just living as that body mind continues on. So again, living as I am seems to be as the key, but it feels as if is there something, Rajee, that I need to do less or more to feel that what you say as being experiencing the bliss? Okay.
We can do. That example that came in me right now was that in your room, in your room, the light is not there, and it's not full of light. And while you are believing that your bulb is on, when you are believing that your lamp is lit, and I feel you are much more honest to yourself, and you are much more conscious also now. Because many times our candle or lamp of I am is not lit, while we try our best to believe, create an experience of light inside us, like, no, my being is full of light right now, and joy. And that is where that maintenance comes, like an effort, continuously making effort to experience the joy of I am. No? But you are much more honest and conscious. I feel that no, I don't feel that light. Like I have never felt that my room was full of light, whole of the room full of light, even for a few seconds. No. But also, is it not a sign that your lamp is not lit yet? As simple as this, no? So now that it is clear that my light of my candle or my lamp of I am is not lit yet, let us do something for it. And that's what you are asking, no? Can I do something? Oh, only you can do. There are two things that an individual being can do to light this, lamp of I am. One, that it does not do absolutely anything, that is called surrender. But it does not do anything, not about it, but about anything in this life now. Like absolutely not doing anything about anything, which I don't feel is practically possible, unless it is the grace of God and the will of God announces inside that, okay, I will not do anything. So I don't think practically this is something we can do. It is only by the grace of God that it kind of, a decision is taken inside that, no, I'm not going to do anything now. I will let everything be the way it is. And somehow then that which can light up this lamp of I am will light up this lamp of I am. Meaning our own sense of individual, which was interfering in the doing of God, will not interfere anymore. No? Which was resisting to the flow of existence will not resist anymore. So this is one thing. Another thing is, what we call sadhana. Sadhana, no? Sadhana. Sadhana is not necessarily meditation sadhana. Sadhana is any other path of sadhana, doing something. No? Sadhana means doing something. What we can do about it. Clarity. The more clarity, the better. So, the clarity that has happened so far, I feel, between us on this topic is that the light of I am, my light of my own existence, I am is not, the candle is not, the lamp is not lit yet. What to do about it? What to do about it is actually to somehow allow it to light up. So for that I will try to bring you to meditation again. The understanding of what is meditation. Meditation begins by doing, but doing the vigilance so that we don't do anything. And coming to that level where we just sit quietly and don't do anything. And there something happens. Not that we do it, it happens. Something happens. That something is the lamp of our I am lights up somehow. So this is one way. Meditation is one way. It's not the only way. But meditation, in meditation, something that something which happens is called waking up. Self-inquiry is another way which also takes us to, ultimately when self-inquiry succeeds, it takes us to that same state where we find ourselves in meditation. Until then, self-inquiry remains mental mostly. Mental or up to the emotional level little bit. Meaning the feeling level. So up to this point, is this clear to you what need to be done?
Yeah, Rajee.
Give value to yourself, your own existence. So the statement, the message, the solution for this is that give value to your own existence. And of course, we are entitled to ask how to do it. We are entitled to check why I am not able to do it. That is what is clarity. Be more clear why I am not able to give value to my existence and why I am giving value to any and every experience, even when, I have a possibility. For example, right now, you can check that am I able to give value to my own existence right now or not. Because there are very high possibilities that this giving value to our own existence, being the most simple thing, has been misunderstood by us. Like we have the intention, all the desire and all the feeling to do it, to focus on it, just because of misunderstanding we are not doing it, maybe. There is a possibility. Or there could be a possibility that there is actual resistance coming from our false state. And for that we can work. What we call spiritual growth basically is replacing the resistance with clarity. No? There is no better way than removing the resistance than replacing it with clarity. No? So, are you able to sit? Are you able to live your existence right now? If you would like, you can check with me right now. You can learn freshly also if you would like.
At the moment, the way I feel is that while I was listening to what you were saying, it felt as if I was not connected to myself, or like all my focus was just to pay attention, and as if I don't exist, only you exist, like that.
Okay, can we have short conversations? Because otherwise what will happen is that again you will be looking at it in your way, not in our way of togetherness. No? So when you say that I'm able to connect, you were using a gesture like this, connected. Connected means connected to myself. No, I'm not saying connect to yourself like that. I'm saying connect to this you who is talking to me. Don't go deep in yourself. But also don't go out of yourself. Just stay exactly at the pin of the needle. in this split of second, stay here right now. That's what I'm saying. This is what is as staying as I am. Don't go deep in yourself. That is energy. Don't go out of yourself. That is energy. Don't go anywhere. That is staying as yourself. No. Going is going in the mind. Journey is journeying in the mind. Mind means thought, feeling, energy, sense of individual. Not going anywhere is staying as I am. And this is also meditation. Not doing anything. Gradually we learn not going anywhere. Not doing anything means not going anywhere. No. Also. Do you follow now? Now tell me that are you able to connect now to yourself? Connect, not connect in that way. Are you able to feel your existence right now? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Rajee, now I feel it.
And does it matter now what experiences you had, what experiences you are having right now? Does it really matter? Is it any way connected or relevant to your existence right now?
No, it just feels as if I can feel myself more.
Because like recognizing yourself basically means for the first time, let me say again, for the first time giving value to the fact that I exist. Independent of anything that has happened in our life story, including spiritual growth and life story of the individual seeker of truth also. Independent of all of it. That, hey, isn't it true that like I have grown and everything is fine and I'm going through this and that, it's fine, but is it not true that I exist? This is what is waking up. Now, how it happens in every one of us is really very individual and not so easy to find a pattern towards it. The best thing which possible have been shared by great beings, and I'm also trying my best to, relive many things or share, but I can uniquely share also a little bit. One of the important thing is to recognize how we are not waking up. Like, to recognize the dream or mind or ego and not fall into it. One of the most important things that can be done is this. I think we are good for now. So just stay as yourself. I know it's not that easy. But as the value of this will be seen by us, we will stay here. Because what happens really, when effortfully, consciously making effort and just staying as ourselves, meaning not falling back into that dream of individual person, what happens somehow is that after some time the truth of who we are is revealed. When it is revealed fully, then it is a point of no return in a way, or irreversible discovery of who we are. But when it is not fully revealed, then it results in a clear glimpse of who we are, the truth, what we call satori, or a powerful experience, the taste of who we are also. No? But something beautiful experienced here, always. Like either a beautiful experience or a beautiful glimpse of who we are, or finally the revelation of who we are in a way that it is not reversed. No? Like the one who is doing everything since morning till night, this one, when becomes aware that I exist, this is what is waking up. No? Now it is not important that what it is doing or what it was doing last week or last month or last year or last decade or last life. No? What is important is that I never noticed that I exist, So now this, our own existence, becomes the most important thing in this whole existence than anything else. Now there are no obstacles or disturbances or distractions or anything. Because it is so radically different. Why it is radically different? Because for the first time in the awake state, we are knowing that I am. And everything that we have known so far, we have known in the asleep state, dreaming state. No? This is the thing. So I think very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajee.
Good, good.
Um, I feel it can only happen by the grace for me, because by the grace of the Master, and I feel that for me it can, like, because I keep losing it so many times.
Moving?
Losing it?
Losing it so many times. Oh yeah.
So it
You are
can.
losing it because you believe that you can get it. No? That's why you are losing it. No? Let go of this idea of getting it, holding on to it, attaining it. No? Nobody can attain who we are. No? We can only wake up. No? This is the way of the ego, to attain, to hold on to. No? Let go of the way of ego first of all, if possible. No? What happened in me many years back was something so simple in comparison to experiences which I had before many years. No, very strong, powerful experiences. You know, it was something so small that as if nothing, but it was so powerful in itself in a way, in the sense of being true, like self-surviving in a way. No, it's like self-surviving. No, try to see the difference. Like by developing vigilance, wisdom towards what is the experience, we are also becoming aware or growing vigilance or wisdom towards what is not an experience. When that happens, when our attention turns towards who we are, and we know that no, this is not an experience. No? And that helps us so much in giving value to it now. No? Because many times it has happened to all of us, by the way, meaning I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost sure about every one of us who is here right now that every one of us has turned our attention towards who we are, once or more than once. But we turned back again because we did not have clear understanding or value for it. No? When we have, we will never look out as much as to feel that I have lost myself. You know, so this is also part of spiritual growth and maturity in the being. It is important to understand that what is the experience and what it gives us, and what is not an experience. Awakening is not an experience. It's a realization. That's why I always feel that it cannot be really in continuation with the spiritual growth or experiences like that. That oh wow, so nice, wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. You know, it's more like a discontinuity of the whole thing, and a opening of something much more beautiful than that, and much more challenging also, by the way. Challenging not in the bad sense. You know, it's like we were very thirsty and dreaming that it's raining and I'm drinking. Oh, how nice! But we were in the house only, and then we actually go out of the house, open our eyes, and we're sitting under the rain. Actually, now we feel very quenched because we were thirsty and we are like, wow, so nice. But it's very challenging because body mind is not prepared yet for the real rain. No? In the similar way, our body mind energies are also not prepared for the real life flow when we wake up. It takes some time. No? Also it is noticed. We are prepared for living in a dream. And collectively, uh, all of us, the persons, are living in that dream also. Real life flow is very different than the dream in which we live as an individual person. And that's why it looks very challenging also in a way. I think slowly we'll come to these things, but thank you. The more clear we can, clarity is most valuable. Most valuable. It works in every situation, for every problem. Because in the clarity, we may not notice that not only we become clear about what we were confused, in the same proportion we have become clear about who we are also. Unknowingly, mostly, unaware of this growth. Or we have become available to living ourselves, at least. That's why joy grows. Every time the clarity happens, joy is always there. And if the joy is not there, clarity has not happened. We have just switched from one belief to another. Yeah. Clarity always is accompanied by joy. Joy because we have become free from where we were caught up into who we are. That is what is joy. Unaware, we are unaware, unconscious why I am feeling joy. We like, oh, nice. Like life is better than yesterday. Life is more beautiful than yesterday. Even the same life, same people, same everything. This is what happened. Like because freedom has happened. The being became free into itself. Beautiful things. Right, thank you. Uma, you want to talk?
Ji, I want to check something. It is about, I noticed some checkpoint inside me and I want to check my understanding is right or not. Can I share?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Ji, joy, you said that joy is a clear checkpoint. And joy not like coming and going. It's this joy is like incomparable from anything, any source of joy outside. So this I checked inside and I found it right in me that it is happening. And yes, and one more checkpoint I noticed, so I want to check about that also.
I just want to stop here
Yes,
and enjoy
yes,
living this truth with you that
yes,
that is happening in you. Why we are searching for joy in our life. All of us are actually almost are searching for joy. We are not searching for joy because it is our nature. We are searching for joy because we are troubled in our life. Like our life experience is not joyful experience. We have a sense inside deep in the being that it is possible to be joyful, but we are troubled. So just to remove that trouble, we are searching for joy like a antidote, like a remedy, like a solution for it, something like this. That's why we are focusing on troubled state, not really on joy. No? That's why very quickly we lose joy. As soon as we get joy, get hold on to the joy, we try to clear up, remove the pain, the old sense of discomfort or anything, and we just finish that joy. We don't live the joy independently, initially. But where you are right now is a different state right now. You were not trying to remove the discomfort from you, meaning you must be doing that, but as an individual, separately. And you separately focused on yourself. And that has started bringing out the joy in the being as a whole, in the body mind as a whole. like something constantly increasing, like the amount of joy is constantly increasing in you, but in a very subtle way, like a very subtle light is growing inside, but independent of what is happening. Like the sense of discomfort is still happening, all those things are still happening, like no connection with them, And this, Uma, is true joy of being, I feel. I'm very happy. That's why I wanted to stay here for a moment. Living as a person basically is being troubled by the discomfort and trying to quickly find the remedy. And in this quickly, we spend most of the time, most of life, mostly, not seeing that what is the real solution. This is real solution. Uma, this is how the whole problem or the sense of suffering or disturbance or challenges of practical life or of life as an individual become smaller. It's like without touching a line, let's say we have drawn a line on a wall, and without touching that line, how to make it smaller? Draw a bigger line on its side, parallel to it. This is what is drawing a bigger line. Increasing the joy of being in the system. Makes everything smaller in comparison. Less significant, basically. One interesting topic I would like to bring here, Uma. In the cities, we all are troubled by noise around our house, especially at night when we are trying to sleep. No? And for that, what we do normally is that, like we also used this, what we call white noise. No? We use the white noise, which is like a constant noise. You can find it on YouTube also, and like this. So that somehow helps actually. How it helps? It was a very interesting discovery for me, in a sense that what happens that all the sounds around the house, they are actually much louder and kind of familiar in a way, and yet somehow they are not really. They don't have a fixed pattern in a way. Like they are changing continuously, even in their loudness and frequency of the wave, sound wave, and frequency of how frequently they are happening. All of that is changing. But the white noise is not changing. It is like constantly same. And it is even much less louder than the sounds coming from outside, and yet somehow our attention get focused on it, get hooked into it, and very quickly we go to sleep. Like we stop listening to what is coming from outside, And that was an interesting thing for me to know. We were talking today, me and Madhu, we were talking today that there is a constant sound of our own existence also inside us. What you are calling joy, Uma, is that sound of our own existence. And I feel you are blessed that it is the grace of God that you are able to keep your focus on this sound now, constant sound of your own being. That those annoying sounds of the mind and noises of the mind will slowly, you will not be able to focus on them so much. You will focus on them as much as necessary for the practical life only, not so much so that you can feel disturbed. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's a joke also, but it's true also that one interesting thing in the same analogy of white noise versus the noise coming from outside of our house when we are sleeping in the night is that initially and sometime for quite long time, some people are not helped by even white noise because their attention is so strongly attracted towards the sound outside because they have such a strong resistance for that even this white noise is not able to work. Something similar happens in the discovery of who we are also. That we have such a strong resistance, we have developed such a negative relationship with what is happening inside our body mind, in the mind, feelings, that even when we have discovered the constant sound of our own being, which is pure joy, it is not white noise. It is not white noise. It is heaven on earth actually. It is Satchit Anand. That even we are not able to keep our focus here. It goes back. It goes to what is happening inside. Yeah, it is fine. I'm able to feel myself. I am. But still mind is moving. Still thoughts are there. Still feelings are there. If this mindset, way of looking can be changed, that even if I'm feeling disturbances, even if I'm feeling this and that, but I'm able to feel my existence. Which is what I feel has happened in your case. You see the positive attitude towards, and negative attitude is not a mistake of somebody, but I feel it is everybody's individual responsibility to transcend the negative attitude and come to the positive attitude more, because positive is helping us and negative is harming us, no, in this case. So this was something. Please go ahead now you come to that second thing.
Ji, thank you for this beautiful sharing. Yes, exactly, it is happening. Like, this is most beautiful, and now naturally I am turning towards continuously. And you said that positive attitude happens now. So second checkpoint also related with this what you said. That now positive attitude happens inside. And this at fundamental level, generally when I started my spiritual journey, and before some time also, it was like something is to be fixed, something is wrong, something is wrong, something is to be fixed, and this feeling is like being replaced by now everything is perfectly going on.
This is something very fundamental, Uma. The negative attitude or focusing on negative. Today only we were talking that even if 99% of our life is perfect and only 1% is not perfect, we mostly will tend to focus on the 1%. And I said no, even 99.99% is perfect and only 0.01% not perfect. Even then we will focus on not perfect part more. It's a proven fact about human psychology. But we can transcend it. Because it just makes sense totally. It is being wise to focus on, even if 60% perfect and 40% not perfect. No? Let us rejoice in what is perfect in our life right now. No? And while work on what is not perfect, totally fine. But somehow it is just the attitude. Like it is how our attention functions right now. When it is under the influence of this tendency of focusing on the negative. One example was given when somebody was trying to prove this theory, of human psychology, focusing on negative, that you pass through a parking lot where like thousands of cars are parked, and one car is not parked well, like it is coming out of the line little bit, and you will notice it. And you have been walking on this path for like many years, going to office on the same road. And you have never noticed any of those thousands of cars. You will remember this car and most probably its number and color and everything when you go home, go to office. Why? You know? It's a simple proven fact. Let's be aware of it. Let's transcend it. By being aware, we become kind of stronger than it in a way. That it's an inbuilt thing. It's not like my problem. It's not like my mistake so much as how I am right now. Thank you. It's very nice.
So is it right checkpoint about that I am in sync with existential flow? That my eyes goes on. I'm sorry, my voice is less. That now my eyes goes on the perfectness more rather in the something is wrong point. So, so this
It's a very important topic, really. Why it is important? Fundamentally, it is important, but because it is true for you right now. So I feel let us explore this. No? Like what happens when we start seeing the perfection, or when we are able to focus on the perfection more? What happens really? No? What you are calling perfection is not really a personal idea. No, you are talking about a experience that things are so complete in themselves. Things are so harmonious in them within themselves. Things are so one in a way within themselves. You know, like so. This is truth actually. When we start living the truth of ourselves, we start opening our eyes towards the truth of life, towards the actual life. No? And we start adopting the real way of life, way of existence, how life is, no? Beyond our personal ideas about it. And somehow body mind get adjusted here, acclimatized here, like more comfortable and relaxed and open in a way. Like the energies get balanced in a way, no? You know what I mean? Like this. And the more comfortable our body mind becomes, the less discomfort it will create with how life is right now, today. No? The more comfortable we become, the more joyful the activity of life or meeting with life happens. Like the meeting with life becomes more joyful also. The more joyful it has become, the more somehow we become free from engagement with it. And we become free for ourselves more and more. So this is one thing which brings everything in our life. No? Like the joy and more perfection in the daily life to our contentment. Like there is no standard definition of perfection. We are declaring that yes, it is perfect. No? And the more we are free to live our own truth also. I feel it's very, very, very good. I feel it is that time for you, Uma, where a being understands the importance of remaining connected to our own being and giving value to our own truth more than anything else. Like it has become clear to you that nothing is more important than focusing on myself. No? That clarity is amazing, 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 I feel. No? We all are very unique. We cannot really compare each other in a way that, oh, Rajee, it happened to you like this, that you became clear that about your existence, and so I will also wait for this to happen. No, let us give value to what is happening to you right now. Let us improve that. Let us, refine that, and it will grow. No? One thing that is very strange but true, the existence or the one life, one source, no, which has been knowing itself in me is also the same knowing in you, no? And it doesn't like to repeat. It doesn't like to repeat. No? It like like to know itself in a unique way, no? You know, it's true. It's a strange thing, but true. Because for the source of life, it's not a problem like, oh, I'm not knowing myself. My God. And this is a clue also for the false self. If it is a problem for you, find out who you are. Ask a question, who I am, who is suffering. From this whole thing called waking up, life and all that. What is this going on? Why I am suffering? Ask who I am, who is suffering. You will disappear. Like this, you will not suffer anymore. It's a strange thing to say, but basically the sense of false self will disappear. The being of life will become free from it and will rejoice in its own truth and joy, no? Like this. Thank you. I think, thank you. It's good.
It is so beautiful sharing. Thank you so much.
Very, very nice. Thank you.
Pranam ji. Ji, just feel to come front of you. Meeting is already amazing. Very beautiful ji. But I want to listen from you more something.
One thing that is coming right now, inspired by you know, is that we are living in a sense of an individual self and a story in which the individual self lives, where it has a life and relations and people and everything. So that whole thing is called the dream. Okay, this whole thing is called the dream, in which the true being that you are is living. So my question is that, are you the true being living in this dream of individual? Or is it not true to say that this dream is living in you? Is it not? When we sleep in night, when we live in that dream, is it not true that that dream happens inside us? Is it not true? Be aware of it right now. Be aware of it right now. That the dream of individual is happening inside me. Whole of it. Including the sense that I am individual and there are other individual I have relation with, activity, interaction, engagement with also. My story, what I have done so far, what I am doing, what I am going to do, my passion, my desires, my unfulfilled and fulfilled desire and so on. No, all of this. Is it not happening inside you? The moment you become aware that it is happening inside you, you are not inside it anymore. You are out of it, into yourself. Yes? So please confirm right now.
Ji.
So this is the cost to live ourself, to live as I am. This is the cost we need. We need to be aware that the whole of the dream, not part of it, is happening inside me. And we will pay this cost and we will retract also often time. We will get into the dream again and again. That, maybe not right now. It's an urgent time to attend. And there could be reality of urgency also. And many times it is not real also. Be aware that when it is really urgent to attend the practical life of the individual and when it is not. When it is not, keep the dream inside you. Don't get into the dream. And slowly what is going to happen? this dream, slowly you will be able to see the difference between your nature, your light, and the nature and the light of this dream. The light is very dim here. You will know it is totally different, like Ganga Yamuna. It is totally different, like black and white. You'll totally start sensing it is black and white, like it's like gray, and there are gray areas in it. But in my being, there are no gray areas. And slowly, somehow, this will it will start getting illuminated by your light of being. The more illuminated this dream will be by your light, the less dream will be there. At some point, there will be no dream left in you. So this state is what is called merged with God. The individual self as that we live in this dream which lives inside us can never become one with God. Who we are beyond that individual who lives only in the dream which lives inside us, we are already one with that presence of God. No? It's not about becoming one with God, it's about living it. That beginning of living it is living this truth, I am. But not from within the dream only. Starting from the dream, but going out. Like, keep holding on to that thread of I am. Keep holding on to the thread of I am. Not losing it. And it is going to take us out of the dream all the way. This 2110 framework, understand here. Dream means, totally dream means like in this 2 state. 2-1 is where we are stable now. That I am going to focus on I am only, even if in the dream. If you continue focusing, you will be out of the dream and dream will be inside you. I am and there is a dream inside me. Beyond that, 0 is like oneness with that source who is manifesting as I am, inside us. Yeah?
Gee, very clear cut and beautiful exploration. I never saw it before.
It is your invitation is causing me, feeling this inspiration in me to share like this. And do you notice, Mahima, that it is not difficult to understand? Because there is no need to understand it. You just have to see it, as it is. All of this is true already. We don't have to make anything, color anything, change anything in any way. No? We just have to face the truth. Now your dream has not disappeared. It doesn't disappear so quickly, generally speaking. There are always exceptions, but you have become free from it right now. No? You have not become free from it by trying to remove it, fight with it, or give value to it. Now you are neither for it nor against it. You are just letting it be the way it is. No. You are just not interested in it. You are indifferent, udasin, in a way. You are just indifferent from it, in it. Because you have found yourself. You have found a way to experience yourself directly now. Why you need a dependency on it right now. Yeah, it's good, no? I feel it's experientially we are exploring and living this truth.
Gee, it is so beautiful and very clear. Means I feel, gee, after May retreat, this is the third thing solid I explored today. Means it's starting from the beginning, satsang. Means I use my Hindi word कि अपने आप में स्थित हो जाओ, फिर सब करो चाहे जो. बाकी चीज़ ज़रूरी नहीं है, आपको सुनना भी शायद इतना ज़रूरी नहीं है. पर अपने आप में पहले स्थित हो जा. That I'll understand.
You are saying that being settled or established into myself is most important. You know? So मैं स्थिर हो जाना, so like becoming still in my being is most important. Yes. And you are saying it has happened after the May retreat. But between these two periods, what was happening was not useless also. It all was helping. Like it all was part of that growth where being was preparing itself to accept that okay, I am. You know, I think it's very good.
Thank you so much, Ji. Thank you to Lords. It's giving me my master to help me. Thank you, Ji. Thank you.
And I feel you can just keep it simple like this. You know, it is very important to understand the truth or the pointing in our way. Where we feel or become weak when we try to understand things in other people's way. We feel confused also, like, what is this? Is something so difficult? No, it's not actually. It is significant, but not difficult. It is invaluable actually, but not difficult. Why it is not difficult? Because it is not, we don't need to create it. It is already true. Remember this word awakening. It is called awakening. It's not called creating. No? Awakening means opening our eyes to see that which is already true in us and you know, in our essence also. I think it's very good. If anybody want to talk anything, then otherwise we will end this meeting soon. Mila, you wrote that please share a song of your heart. In this moment, my heart is saying that I have this feeling that everybody can come to the joy, to the bliss, and our suffering can end in every one of us. It is possible. And I have the inspiration to help anyone who want to end their suffering also. But fundamentally, not item-wise. Because the root of all the suffering is somewhere in one place where it can be ended. Mila, if you have to, let's say, do a lot of office work, let's say you do a 4 hour, 6 hour, or max 8 hour a day, and then you have to do 14 hours a day. Meaning you have to do in the sense that you have decided to do because you see the importance of it for 1 week or 1 month or more. Will you be called that you are suffering Or will you be suffering from it? Not really. No. You will know that I have myself imprisoned in this routine of 14 hours a day work. No? You will be tired, but not suffering. You will not be called that I am suffering. You will not say I am suffering. You will say I am tired, exhausted, sometime little bit irritated maybe, but I am not suffering because I myself have decided. No? So can we say that suffering is also something connected to being troubled in some way, but not knowing what is the root of it? What is the cause of it? Like, what is the source of my fundamental unhappiness? No? Can we say like this? So for that, clarity will help. No? If we can go more deeply into the root of why I'm feeling troubled, why we are feeling troubled, or why we are feeling disturbed or unhappy, fundamentally, not one item at a time. We will come to that root where a surprise is waiting for us. That surprise is that as if somebody forgot to tell us that we can be happy right now without changing anything in our life. There is no reason to feel that I am suffering. Like the suffering is a habit cultivated for a long time and collectively also. Joy is our nature, given by the source to us, to every one of us, waiting to be lived, but within ourselves, not collectively, not individually, not with a, and not in relation to the how life, individual life is happening and so on. Independent of all of it, within ourselves only. So I know it's not easy, but I'm just, you invited me, so I'm just trying to share if this can help anyone. Because sometimes answers of our questions can help in the spiritual context. But sometimes other people's questions, when answered, help more. Sometimes even more indirect sharing like the Song of the Heart can help more also. So with that feeling or intention, I'm sharing this truth. You are that being who is bliss itself, and you are waiting for certain conditions to be fulfilled to be happy, in order to be happy. This is part of that cosmic joke, beloved. You are peace, joy itself, and you are just trying to fulfill conditions in terms of state of body, mind, in terms of thoughts and life and everything. I mean, I don't feel anything is wrong in trying to make our life better, change our energy state, but also there is no reason to not live ourselves, the bliss that we are. Both the things can be done together also, no? That's what we were living together with Uma. I'm just kind of, saying it loud in a way, so that somebody can hear it, that, oh, I don't have to wait to start living my joy of being. I can continue fixing my life in every possible way, the way I am doing it, but I can start living the joy of my being right away. Because nobody told me. I just discovered it. This truth, no? That I can be in my worst state of being, and yet I am free to live the truth of my being, no? Which is joy, bliss. Like these two things are parallelly existing, coexisting. And that brings me, Mila, to that simple fact that we all living in the form, in this body mind, we are a two aspect being. One aspect is not changing. And one aspect, body mind consciousness, is continuously changing. So if we are waiting for this changing aspect to come to a perfect state of being so that we can be happy that day, our happiness will not be long-lived even if we achieve it. And chances of achieving that are very, very rare. Because that by that time when we reach to that perfect state of body mind, our outlook towards it might have changed already. That no, this is not so perfect, I want it more perfect than that. And even if we achieve that exact same thing which we want in this body mind, it will not remain that, no? It will change. By the time we open the champagne and filling the champagne in the glass, already changed. Oh my God. Now I have to start all over again. Beloved, you are the changeless. And you are bliss itself. Do not rely for your bliss. Do not depend on this changeful aspect of yourself for bliss. Depend on the changeful aspect for the experiences, not for the bliss. No? Do you see the bliss and experiences? This is the thing. Bliss is not an experience. Bliss is living of who we are. No? Or living of who we are is where we experience the bliss. No? Experiences are like choco chips, no? But there is a ice cream in the base, no? Which we like. If we like choco chips, we can get a choco chip packet and eat separately, no? Why we are mixing? No? The ice cream is the main thing, no? Like the being, the joy, the bliss of our own truth, and the truth of our own being is the base thing, no? Everything is like a cherry on the cake, like a something topping on a, like not topping, but something additional, not essential. Something which kind of going to make it more spicy or something exciting. But if we don't have the joy of the being, we are like a lost child in the carnival. No? Have you heard this story of lost child? No? Where we may have everything and yet we will not enjoy anything. But when we have the joy, the bliss of our own being and the truth of our own being, then even if we have almost nothing, we are so happy. And if we have more, we are more happy also. No harm in that. I'm not denying that having a rich life in the dynamic aspect is a bad thing. No, it's a very nice thing also. But it is absolutely useless if we have not discovered the truth of who we are. And if we have not started living it now. It is absolutely useless actually. Meaning for conscious beings like us, it is useless. Because it's not going to give us happiness or contentment. No? We will just feel empty. We will just feel thirsty continuously. Thank you, beloved. This is all I felt like sharing. It was very beautiful meeting with all of you. I just feel very, very happy and thankful to the Guru and the God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you.